remember these skills to be less vulnerable and more resilient in the pseudonym A.B.C Please. In A.B.C Please, A is for accumulate positive emotions. When you accumulate positive experiences, events, and valued behavior patterns, you build a wall between you and emotional dysfunction. B is for build mastery. This means doing things that make you feel competent and effective. This is a line of defense against helplessness and hopelessness. C is for cope ahead. This means you want to get ahead of emotional situations. Before you get into an emotional situation, you rehearse a plan so that you are prepared to cope with the situation skillfully. Please stands for a set of skills that will help you take care of your mind while taking care of your body. Next, we are going to learn how to build mastery. Feeling competent and adequately prepared for difficult situations reduces vulnerability to emotional mind and increases skillful behavior. Mastery is doing things that make you feel competent, self-confident, in control of what you can control, and capable of mastering things. Humans are designed to master skills. Think about a baby learning to walk. It's innate. Our design can be forgotten over time if efforts to increase mastery are not enforced. Doing things to build mastery is an important component of two of the most effective treatments for depression: cognitive therapy and behavioral action. Building a sense of confidence and competence makes a person more resistant to depression and other negative emotional states. Building mastery usually requires doing something that is at least a little bit hard or challenging at first. The idea is to generate a sense of accomplishment. Over time, a series of accomplishments leads to a more positive self-concept, higher self-esteem, and greater levels of overall happiness. When you're building mastery, you do at least one thing each day that builds a sense of accomplishment. I encourage this in my clients by having them make a list of 3 things they want to be acknowledged for that day. These could be 3 accomplishments or 3 steps in a direction towards who they want to be or in alignment with who they say they are and what they value. I encourage them to end their day with this practice. Building mastery takes planning for success, not failure. Doing difficult things that are possible supports your ability to feel successful. Lives of true failure are lives where expectations are too high. Perfectionism is a very good example. When you were just starting to work out, you didn't try to run 5 miles out of the gate just because you heard that a person who is in good shape can do that. As you build success in doing something that's difficult but possible, gradually increase the difficulty. Over time, this leads to mastery. First, you manage a difficult but not impossible task. Then you try something a little bit more difficult. Each time you follow the same thing, just a little more difficult and a little more difficult. If a task is too difficult at first, do something a bit easier the next time. When practicing learning how to cook, you might start with one of those meal kits where everything is pre-cut and there's a very easy recipe to follow. Next, you might go online and get a recipe and attempt to follow that. Eventually, you will use your skills learned to create meal recipes of your own. Challenges can be both fun and invigorating, especially when you're coming from the point of view that you want to learn and grow and you don't know. I like to say that "I don't know" is the most empowering sentence you can state. It's a statement that you can say when you want to begin something new. Trying to pretend that you know how to do something or that your skills are higher than they truly are will have you avoid aiming to master. By being a novice and a student, you get to show up, take your time, and take it in. Mastery is much more likely from this stance.